This is totally not Danzig, and you're listening to the Shred Shack.
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack. This is Chris Mack. Welcoming you to episode 121 of the Shred Shack podcast, your premier source of news and uninformed yet heavily biased opinions pertaining to all things heavy metal, airing bi-weekly or tri-weekly, depending on what's going on. Shut up. on iTunes, Mixcloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, as well as on YouTube at youtube.com/theshredshack and youtube.com/adamanttemplum. Let's get started with some old business. I don't have any buttons today because my tablet is somewhere, I don't know where.
Anyway, we do have some old business.
Okay.
So, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation has had a change of heart and has added longtime Motorhead drummer Mikkey D and guitarist Phil Campbell to the ballot for the band's nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Remember, they were left out of the ballot originally. It was just going to be Lemmy, what the hell was the other? Fast Eddie Clark, I think his name was, right? Mm-hmm. And then the last guy's Filthy Animal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they added Mikkey D and Phil Campbell to the ballot. All right. And according to the Hartford Courant, police are still investigating the death of All That Remains guitarist Oliver "Ollie" Herbert, who passed away a year ago. In the meantime, his wife Elizabeth Herbert is involved in a legal battle with the remaining members of All That Remains for her share of the band's profits. Elizabeth Herbert's attorney has filed a 3-page letter in probate court indicating that the band has refused to turn over financial information that she needs to file an inventory of her husband's estate with the court. The letter also claims that she is owed money from tours All That Remains completed shortly after his death.
Just never ends, does it?
Nope.
All right. Well, I mean, it just seems like every time there's a death in...
What the fuck?
What is that? There's just noises going off all over the place today.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to, get out of this. It's for... I don't know why, but they don't allow you... Ah!
That's the Billboard thing again,
yeah.
Isn't it?
Why is my volume not working either? What the fuck? Jesus!
Yeah, I need Jesus after that one.
Hell. God
okay.
Damn it, that pisses me off.
So now that we've just completely...
There's your sound clips for the day.
There's your sound clips.
You got them all in one shot right there.
Yep. But fuck those sound clips.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Our sound clips are better.
That was rough.
So let's go on to the new business.
Well, with new business, we usually do new album releases. I'm sure that some of the things I listen to that are part of our albums of the day are new albums because I found them on Bandcamp. I just don't know which ones they are, so let's just go to that.
Well...
unless you got one, I'm sorry.
No, I don't have anything new, but today I looked at the list of stuff coming out, and Agnostic Front, Blind Guardian.
I was going to say, I pre-ordered Blind Guardian. It should be arriving today.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, your package was delivered. Woot woot!
Oh, snap. So there you go. So Blind Guardian, but we haven't been able to listen to it because we're recording on a Friday, which is... kind of typical for us at this point. We record on new release day, so we don't get to listen to it day of. But let's talk about what else we've been listening to in the last 3 weeks, because it's been now 3 weeks.
We recorded last time on October 18th.
Oh man, feels like forever ago.
I know. Lots have happened since then.
Yeah.
All right. So Friday 18th was a Friday. So we recorded it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
So here we are 3 weeks later. So Friday night, I listened to Future Sounds Volume 3, which is a synthwave compilation I found on Bandcamp, which was fucking incredible. Mm-hmm. There's a song on there called My DeLorean, which is just really fucking good. And you listened to Forzizi?
I actually don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's from Obsidian Realm Records.
Okay.
Though. But yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that one.
Yeah. All right, so then following up, we got some God Forbid, The Constitution of Treason. I really love that record. And you listen to Righteous Sin, Deadly Sins.
Yeah, it's a great record.
Mastodon, Leviathan was my pick. And you picked Sabotage.
Sabotage, yeah, that was
Gutter Ballet? Gutter Ballet.
Gutter Ballet. I have an iHome at work, so I get to listen to music when I'm, not seeing patients and stuff.
All right. Next up, you listen to Symphony X, Iconoclast.
Of course.
Great fucking record.
Yep.
And I listened to Death, The Sound of Perseverance.
I didn't know you had that.
I have the deluxe edition, I guess, like the reissue, because it has a second disc of nothing but demos.
Oh.
Super good, though. You listen to Tarot, Follow Me Into Madness. And I listen to Joe Satriani, Strange Beautiful Music.
Yeah, that's a random one.
I was just going through my CDs and looking at things that I haven't listened to in a long time, and that's one of them. And that's a really good fucking record. It still has his signature on it from when we met him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one you got signed?
That's the one he was promoting at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, I listened to Queensryche, The Verdict, and you listen to Napalm Death, Apex Predator, Easy Meat.
Finally got the all those CDs from Century Media.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
good deal.
So Napalm Death is one of them. I haven't listened to Lacuna Coil. That's the new album that I haven't listened to yet. Damn.
Well, one day we actually picked the same album, Alcest, Spiritual Instinct.
Yeah, that was a new one, and that was a pretty fantastic
Yeah,
album.
that was pretty fantastic. I was very psyched to come across that going through. I got the Bandcamp app now on my phone.
Yes.
So like when I go to work out at the storage unit, that's what I'm listening to. I just pick something random, and there's always some really good stuff there. Speaking of really good stuff that I found randomly, it's a band called Xoth, Xoth, and their newest album, I think it's their newest album, Interdimensional Invocations. And you listen to Mayhem, Demons.
Yeah, that's another new one that came out. Went from listening to like atmospheric black metal to straight up black metal. So.
All right. Next up, you listen to some Phil Campbell, Old Lions Still Roar.
And another new one.
And I listened to, I think this is the newest record from a band called Mantra Machine. It's called Heliosphere.
Yeah.
They're a prog rock band, and they fucking rule.
Yeah.
Oh, I followed up with some more synthwave here. This is another band called Power Glove. All right, they're different from the band that you know.
Okay.
This is a synthwave band, and their newest album called Playback. Also, very good.
I was gonna say, I was like, Power Glove.
Alice Cooper, Paranormal was your pick of the day that day?
Yep, because it was Halloween. Actually, I spent most of the day listening to Alice Cooper that day.
Memes.
All of our lovely
Oh, here we go.
memes.
We're into this week already. We got Trivium, In Waves. That was my pick. And then you picked Devil's Skin, Be Like the River.
Yeah, that was just one I had on my iPod that I hadn't listened to, so I was like, why not?
Right?
Yeah, it was good.
I listened to Blood Has Been Shed. And you listened to Sevendust, Kill the Flaw.
Yeah, because I picked up some Sevendust when I was in New York.
I saw you picked up the acoustic record, the double wide. That's
yeah.
a great fucking record.
Yeah, that was a nice find.
And yesterday, you listened to As the Palace Is Burned by Lamb of God, and I listened to Search Her Rising, Amon Amarth.
Lamb of God is one band that I feel I haven't given enough attention to personally.
I think you are correct in that assumption.
Gee, thanks.
But they're fantastic. They're so good.
Yeah. I already have my album of the day for today. Which
Well, might as well say because we're going to post it today.
Yeah,
this is not going to release until Monday.
Yeah, it's going to be the self-titled Nevermore album.
All right, I'm picking self-titled Alice in Chains album.
Oh, there you go.
Because I just turned 24 yesterday.
You feel old, don't you?
Fucking A, right, I do. Yeah. But then I'm also thinking is like, if that album's 24 years old, their first album was a couple years before that, These guys are now eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's not happening anytime soon.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Come on.
And we're still trying to get bands like Judas Priest in there and whatnot. So, although it's funny because I went looking for if you just Google Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, automatically the fan vote comes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I voted for Judas Priest. So that is all we've been listening to.
There's probably more random stuff in
there too. I listen to a bunch of stuff on the plane and whatnot. And
yeah, like I say at work, like between shifts, because I'm doing doubles like the next couple weeks. I listen to Gogol Bordello, which is a gypsy punk band.
I know of them. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I know of them.
That's Brandy's favorite band.
Yeah, I know of them.
They're fucking great. They're really good.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I think I can't remember how I know about them, but I know of them. But anyway, let's go on to. Unfortunately, we're starting off with obituaries. Yep. So let's go on to that.
All right. Former David Lee Roth guitarist Bart Walsh has died at the age of 56. According to Bart's family, the cause of death was gastrointestinal bleed and dehydration.
Wow, that's a hell of a combination.
Right.
That sucks.
All right, and Merciful Fate bassist Timmy Hansen has passed away after a long battle with cancer. His death was confirmed by his former bandmate Merciful Fate singer King Diamond. Hansen went public with his diagnosis in early August after it was announced that he wouldn't participate in Merciful Fate's 2020 reunion. Filling in for him will be Armored Saint and Fate's Warning bassist Joey Vera.
Yeah, that one sucks. That one I've seen a bunch about too. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like when I go onto my computer for like a new tab or something like that, and it comes up with news things, and that kept appearing over and over again. So.
All right, so that's the unfortunate obituaries for the week.
But we still have unfortunate cancer news.
Yes. Quiet Riot's Frankie Banali has been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The drummer revealed in a social media post that he has been battling the disease since this past spring, saying that he is, quote, feeling much better and stronger now, and vowing to play with Quiet Riot later this month and through 2020.
Oh, well, good luck to him then.
One thing I did not put in here that I saw a blip across Blabbermouth is that apparently Dave Ellefson says that Dave Mustaine is through with his cancer treatment.
Oh, that's good.
So that is promising for 2020.
Yeah.
And a new Megadeth release.
Yeah. That sounds pretty sweet to me.
And that is it for the unfortunates.
So let's go on to the more fortunates, and let's talk about some general news.
Well, it might not be that fortunate, but Children of Bodom will play the final show with drummer Jaska Ratikkanen.
You're learning Spanish now.
I know, I'm working on Spanish and a little bit of Swedish. This is Finnish. Their bassist and their keyboardist this coming December. It's called a chapter called Children of Bodom will take place at the Black Box in Helsinki Ice Hall on December 15th. So those 3 members of the band are leaving.
Really?
Yes.
That's
their bassist, their drummer, bassist, and keyboardist. So it's just...
That's a lot of people to be leaving all in one shot.
I think most of these guys have been in the band for like a majority of its existence too.
Huh. Well, did they give a reason or just?
I don't remember seeing it.
Well,
I mean, at least they're like still playing. It's not like they just bounced.
Yeah,
like they're still playing together.
That's true. They didn't just kind of up and quit. There's probably a general consensus kind of thing or something like that.
Yeah. All right, It's Alive, classic horror and sci-fi art from the Kirk Hammett collection will be on display at the Columbia Museum of Art in Columbia, South Carolina from February 15th, 2020 to May 17th, 2020. Kirk Hammett is an avid collector of classic horror and sci-fi movie posters. It's Alive features more than 100 pieces including posters, toys, guitars, masks, and sculptures, many hailing back to the days of Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi. Not only do these objects explore the power of graphic art in its own right, They have inspired Kirk Hammett's work throughout his own artistic career.
Oh. I mean, I'm not a horror fan, but that's pretty cool.
Well, I've always known that he's been a huge horror fan.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a majority of his guitars now feature like classic horror movie posters on them. He has a couple.
Cool. That is cool.
I remember he was on that metal show at one point, and he was talking about how his wife gets very displeased with him displaying stuff like in the house. Judas Priest frontman Rob Halford will release his autobiography, Confess, in October 2020. Known as the Metal God by his devoted global fan base, Halford has always subverted the norm, and Confess will offer readers a compelling, heartfelt, and honest look at the struggles Rob has faced with addiction and his sexuality, as well as exploring his music and his many brushes with controversy. Written with Ian Gittins, who is the co-writer of The Heroin Diaries by Nikki Sixx, the book charts Halford's rock and roll lifestyle from the late 80s to the band's 50th anniversary in 2020.
Hopefully I'll be able to get through a lot of my other books before I have to get to that one. So,
Yeah, maybe.
Because I'll definitely be buying that.
All right. Dean Guitars has announced the addition of Slayer guitarist Kerry King to its artist roster. Kerry comes on board as a signature artist with a brand new, never-before-seen guitar design.
Isn't it a little late for that?
Not necessarily. You know, it's always just funny that for so long he's been he's a BC Rich guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria has canceled its remaining 2019 tour dates in order to allow drummer Josh Eppard time to recover in full from an upcoming heart operation.
They say anything about it? What
Not
for?
really.
Just heart operation.
Just heart operation. In wake of the recent news that Devildriver frontman Des Fafara's wife has been diagnosed with cancer, the band has been forced through withdrawal from the fall of 2019 leg of Static X's Wisconsin Death Trip 20th anniversary tour, so that Des may remain home to care for her and his family. Drowning Pool and Mushroomhead will now appear on select dates, while Dope, Wednesday 13, and Raven Black will remain part of the tour as originally scheduled.
That's actually a pretty sweet lineup regardless. So
It sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah.
Publishing giant... Oh, hold on. It's a long one. All right. Publishing giant Primary Wave Music Publishing has acquired the music publishing and other rights of the legendary producer, arranger, and songwriter Bob Ezrin. Ezrin produced albums including Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare, Kiss's Destroyer, Pink Floyd's The Wall, and Andrea Bocelli's See, all #1 albums, among many other chart toppers. Ezrin's music publishing includes all songs he has written or co-written, such as Kiss's Detroit Rock City, Beth and Shout It Out Loud, Pink Floyd's The Trial and Learning to Fly, as well as the Jane's Addiction song Superhero, which is best known as the theme song for HBO's award-winning series Entourage.
That's quite a hefty take right there. Because Bob Ezrin is, I think he retired and then came out of retirement to do the last.
I think he did not Welcome to My Nightmare.
Yeah, the second Welcome to My Nightmare for Alice Cooper. So.
Yeah, he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Danica Roem, the first openly transgender person to be elected to a U.S. State House seat, was re-elected to her Virginia seat on Tuesday. Roem is the longtime lead singer of the metal band called Cab Ride Home.
Yeah. Cool. Good for her.
All right, we got some crime blotter stuff here. According to the Oregon State Police, Walls of Jericho drummer Dustin Schoenhofer was arrested last week in Oregon with more than 600 pounds of marijuana and nearly 40 pounds of suspected butane honey oil extract in his pickup truck.
That's a lot of marijuana.
Like, dude, is that for personal use? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like that's got to be for like distribution, because that's a hell of a lot.
I think the funniest thing is that I didn't read the whole thing, but I got to the point where he says he didn't know it was in his truck, and I stopped reading. It's like, dude, how do you not know?
How do you
that
not...
shit smells so bad.
Something smells around here.
What do you think? You had a dead skunk in your trunk? What the fuck? Man, Jesus.
For some reason, I couldn't see out of the rearview mirror of my car.
Good Lord, buddy. I didn't know it was in the bed of my truck. Please. You're hauling 600 pounds of extra behind you. Anyway. Let's get into some Metallica break and shit. And I'm just using this now as like this, the Metallica news in general.
Yeah.
Because this could have gone under the Good That Men Do. Anyway, Metallica has announced a new donation of $100,000 to help wildfire relief efforts in the state of California.
Yeah. I assume it's unfortunately still happening.
Yes, I think it is.
They haven't managed to get it under control just yet.
It's funny because every time I forget about it, like a new batch starts up.
Yeah.
Like, because weren't like there were like severe wildfires earlier, like this summer.
Yeah. Yeah, and
now it's going on again.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's madness. All right, we're going on to feuding. I'm not saying it. It's feuding.
Feuding?
No, it's just feuding.
Feuding.
It's just feuding.
If you say it like with a feuding, it sounds like foreign.
It sounds like that piece of IKEA furniture.
Exactly.
Feuding.
I think I had one. The feuding flurky.
Feuding Gurgen.
You got to be a Swedish chef for this one. Anyway, so Harry Shearer, Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Rob Reiner, the creators of the iconic mockumentary film This Is Spinal Tap, have resolved their dispute with Universal Music Group regarding the film's soundtrack recordings. Under the agreement, Spinal Tap's recordings will continue to be distributed through UMG, and eventually the rights will be given to the creators.
Really?
Eventually. They didn't give a timeline for this.
Yeah, I mean, those actors and director are getting up there. So.
Yeah, for real. Although I do believe that Harry Shearer, as Derek Smalls, has released a new solo album just recently.
Yes, he has. he did in fact do that, which
is hilarious. I haven't listened to it, so I don't really know.
I mean, he does have the money to do so, thanks to The Simpsons. So.
Well, yeah. I don't think he has to work for the rest of his life. But,
yeah, probably.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, Simpsons are on, I think, season 29 at this point.
And Rob Reiner, he should probably live off the royalties of Princess Bride.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
All right.
So, Alcoholica. When it comes to metal and beer, Romeoville, Illinois' Metal Monkey Brewing are no strangers to the game. The two-time veterans of the Decibel Beer and Metal Festivals are excited to announce Evil Disco Hell, a collaboration with Static X. Evil Disco Hell is a Hells-style lager, a light but full-body craft lager that will be hitting the Chicago market in early December. Just Chicago?
That's what it sounds like, yeah. Judas Priest are preparing to release their first Spirit. With absolutely no room for compromises, just like the band's music, the Judas Priest Spiced Rum packs a punch with spicy notes of arak, vanilla, burnt sugar, and raisins. At 37.5% ABV, it's a warming and soothe rum with layers of flavors to discover whilst also remaining easily drinkable.
I always find these descriptions very funny.
I know. That's why I like reading like wine descriptions at like HEB.
Yeah,
they're pretty funny. Because like they say, like it has hints of like chocolate. Like they don't even use chocolate. Where is this coming from?
I can tell you something very important about this wine. It tastes like wine. The end.
Hints of raspberries. It's made with grapes.
And one raspberry.
It's a hint. Anyway, Iron Maiden and Robinson's Brewery have announced a special Trooper mixed beer collection box in celebration of selling 25 million pints.
God damn.
Right? Along with the core range of Trooper beers, which is the Trooper, Sun and Steel, and a Light Brigade, the collection will include 3 limited edition beers: Trooper 666, first released in 2015 with an ABV of 6.6%. Red and Black, a porter-style beer launched in 2016, and 2017's Hollowed, a Belgium-inspired hybrid ale. The collection will contain 12 bottles, giving fans a chance to have 2 of each beer.
That sounds cool.
That does sound super cool.
I like the fact that they're so into like their beer distribution.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's super cool. All right. Merchandising.
Yep.
And we are going with 2 items here by Metallica, who are really up there with Kiss, plastering their name on shit. Metallica has teamed up with luxury sock company Stance to release a new line of socks. The Metallica branded products include designs based on the band's albums Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets. I will not say that I would not be buying these. I totally would love to have a pair of Master of Puppets socks.
You do understand that socks go inside of shoes, right? So they get hidden.
It depends on the height of the shoe, dipshit. Not these.
Yeah, I was gonna say
They won't work with these.
You're wearing boots right now,
Yeah.
so
They won't work with those. All right, and also Billabong Lab has announced its latest collection featuring iconic album artwork from the legendary Metallica. The Billabong Metallica 2019-2020 collection will release in 5 product deliveries, each designed according to a different album theme between October 2019 and March 2020.
wow, just tripping over all your shit right there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But wait,
I think
what is it?
I think it's mostly surf gear.
Okay, I was gonna
Because
say.
I saw a picture of it. There's like wetsuits and stuff like that. It's surf gear.
Because it just says Billabong. I was like, I don't fucking know what Billabong does.
Well, I remember the brand from way back when.
Yeah, I know the name. I just don't know what they do.
I think it's surf gear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. I mean,
Again, plastering their name on anything and everything.
and socks. So once you're out of your swim gear, you can put on some nice fucking Kill 'Em All socks and get
And
warm.
don't forget, I didn't mention this, but they also have a collaboration with a watch company, a luxury watch company. So, you can tell time by Metallica songs.
Is it waterproof? You can wear it with your Billabong swimsuit.
No, it's a night on the town while you're wearing your Metallica socks. And don't forget about the Metallica handkerchief, Metallica bow tie. No?
Just a big old Metallica suit.
But they haven't done the Metallica casket yet.
It's gonna happen.
Totally gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Totally gonna happen.
And it's gonna be the Kill 'Em All casket. Because
duh.
Because why not?
No, they should just get the Ride the Lightning for execution.
Because who needs taste? Let's go on to recording news.
Before we get too far into this, yes. Sevendust co-founder, guitarist, and vocalist Clint Lowry will release his debut solo album, God Bless the Renegades, on January 31st, 2020, via Rise Records.
That's cool.
Yes, it is. Smashing Pumpkins guitar frontman Billy Corgan will release a new solo album, Cotillions, on November 22nd via his own Amrphis music label. Like 2017's Agalala, we're going to go with it. The disc will be issued under his full name, William Patrick Corgan.
So in other words, it's another Smashing Pumpkins album.
Pretty much. I mean, isn't Smashing Pumpkins just him anyway at this point?
Mostly. I think the part of the original lineup reunited and everything, but
he still was the one who writes the songs.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, here we go. Hailstorm will celebrate the 10th anniversary of the band's debut studio album by releasing Special Package on December 20th. Released in 2009, the LP was produced by Howard Benson of My Chemical Romance and POD fame, and featured the single I Get Off. The band went on to release 3 additional studio albums, becoming a mainstay on rock radio. The 10th anniversary vinyl edition of Hailstorm will feature all new artwork, as well as pre-production demos and bonus material that tell the story of how that first album came about and the struggles and wins and the things that happened through the music, according to the guitarist Joe Hottingen.
Like how, for some reason, vinyl edition is in red in your script here.
That might be a link.
Yeah.
That might be a link. Remember, I just copy and paste everything.
Yeah, you do.
Everything. I'm just a regurgitator. Anyway, Explore on Music, E1, has announced a new collaboration in the U.S. with the release of Iron Maiden bassist and founder Steve Harris's second album with British Lion, the up-close and personal side project he devotes his time to outside of his Maiden activities, which will be followed by an 18-date U.S. tour. There's more details below in that particular article that I did not erase. The Burning features 11 new songs and will be released worldwide on January 17th, 2020 in Digipack CD, double gatefold vinyl, and digital download formats.
And one of those tour dates is a fucking San Antonio date.
No shit.
Yes, I am totally seeing that.
No shit.
Yes.
I did not go past that
I was
part.
super surprised to see it, but I think they're playing Rockbox.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's happening.
That's
so.
pretty amazing.
So I'm going to that shit for sure.
I'm going to skip over this one because it comes up later.
Okay.
All right. But next up is on December 6th, American heavy metal group Iced Earth will finally release the classic 1999 live opus Alive in Athens as its first proper vinyl edition to celebrate the 20th anniversary of this monumental recording. Originally released as a 2-CD, 3-CD, and picture LP set, Alive in Athens came out slightly flawed 2 decades ago, yet turned into a gigantic success for Iced Earth and was certified gold in Greece, where the more than 30 different songs spanning set had been recorded on 2 nights at Athens Rodin Club in January 1999. The original release lacked the live version of Colors, and the picture LP was a fairly careless CD to vinyl transfer, interrupting Matt Barlow's stage banter several times and split up tracks that had been performed back to back, for example, the Something Wicked trilogy. Together with John Schaefer, this anniversary edition was created, offering a partially revised sequencing and fully dynamic vinyl mastering by Patrick W. Engel of Temple of Disharmony, as well as many additional extras.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know about all the, for lack of a better term here, the mistakes and whatnot that...
I mean, I love that fucking record. The thing is, like, I always knew that John Schaefer had a problem with the way it was released.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So, but cool that they're fixing it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That's awesome. I love that fucking live album. That was really good. 3 CDs long, of course. It's fucking incredible. All right. Sevendust has entered the studio to begin recording its new album for an early 2020 release. The follow-up to last year's All I See Is War is once again being tracked at Studio Barbosa in Gotha, Florida, with producer Michael Elvis Baschetti. I did it. All right, who has previously worked with Alter Bridge and Slash, among others.
Can you guys just stop for a second? Let me get all I See Is War, and let me catch up.
Right, I feel like I'm so far behind on Sevendust releases.
Actually, I'm mostly caught up. All I need is all I See Is War, and I got everything. Actually, Time Travelers and Bonfires.
I got that.
I need that.
I got that. And the thing that pisses me off is I know I owned a copy of Alpha. I owned it.
Yeah.
It is. I have no idea where it is.
Yeah.
Like the only reason I know I owned it is because it is in my iPod. I only put things in my iPod that I've burned.
Yeah.
So it's there. I owned this CD. I have no idea where it could have gone. It pisses me off to this day because I think I discovered this issue 8 years ago when I moved here to Texas. So somewhere along the line, that CD disappeared.
Should just disappeared.
Yeah. Pisses me off.
Yeah. Actually, not an interesting story, more like a similar pissed off story. So I bought the Johnny Cash Unearthed box set from Cheapos for $35, and I was like, yeah, great deal, awesome. 2 copies of disc 3.
No.
So I was like, oh, you motherfucker! I didn't realize it until I started burning it, and I was like, wait a second, this is wrong. Damn it! So
that sucks.
So I'm just gonna burn a copy of disc 2 and leave it at that.
That sucks so hard.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was like, oh, you're fucking kidding me.
You know, I think the one season of Law and Order SVU I owned had the same problem. I had 2 copies of disc 1 or something like that. It pissed me off.
Yeah, I hate that. So mad. Actually, I haven't checked it yet. I haven't checked the other disc 3 to see if maybe it was just mislabeled or something. But I'm going to bet that they're.
I wouldn't bet on that one.
Yeah. So.
All right, here we go. Van Halen released 13 singles in Japan between 1978 and 1984 that will be collected in a new 7-inch vinyl set from Rhino. Each replica single features the original sleeve artwork and comes housed in a cigarette-style box. 2 versions of the Japanese singles, 1978 to 1984, will be available on November 1st, which has already passed. A black vinyl version and a limited edition version of 750 copies on red vinyl, which is available now to pre-order at rhino.com.
Right on. That's a hell of a lot of singles.
AFM Records will release Legal at Last, a new album from Canadian metal legends Anvil, on February 14th, 2020 as a digipack on digital, black vinyl, and some limited color vinyl.
Something about that title irks me. Just Legal at Last. Like, that just kind of irks me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, you know, I think of it in a more sexual term, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm thinking more drug related myself.
Well, I didn't think of it that way, so
That's the way I'm going with it.
okay. Well, we don't know.
That's the way I'm hoping they're going with it too. They
Yeah,
are like in their like late 50s.
Yeah.
Filthy old men.
A lot of maybe they're big proponents of like CBD oil or something like that. But yeah. All right, next thing.
Stone Sour will release its first official live album, Hello, You Bastards, live in Reno, on December 13th via Cooking Vinyl. The release features 16 of the band's most loved tracks, including Absolute Zero, Through Glass, and Song Number 3, recorded live on October 5th, 2018. The album will be available on CD, digitally, and as a numbered 180-gram double vinyl package, limited to just 2,500 copies, which also includes a poster, backstage pass, guitar pick, autographed set list, and download card.
Wow,
That's a pretty cool package.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that's pretty cool. I like it.
Sons of Apollo, which is the former Dream Theater members, which features former Dream Theater members Mike Portnoy and Derek Sherinian, Ron Bumblefoot Thal of Guns N' Roses, Billy Sheehan of the Winery Dogs, Mr. Big and David Lee Roth, and of course Jeff Scott Soto, formerly of Journey and formerly of Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force, are ready to ring in the new decade with a sonic boom with their second studio album appropriately titled 2020, produced by the Del Fuvio brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just the name that they gave themselves.
Oh.
It's Portnoy and Sherinian.
Yeah.
2020 will be released on January 17th, 2020 via Inside Out Music / Sony as a standard CD package, limited edition 2 CD package, which includes instrumental mixes and a cappella excerpts, which I will probably pick that up. 2 LP and CD package, and on all digital formats. Pre-orders for all formats will be available November 15th, which will include an instant download for the band's first single, Goodbye Divinity, on iTunes and Amazon.
Quick thing, since we're talking about Bumblefoot. So in doing some research for a future project of ours, turns out that like a website that I found about hot sauces and whatnot made by rock and metal artists, apparently the most brutal one out there is actually made by Bumblefoot.
Ugh.
And it's called Abnormal. So this
Okay.
is someone's opinion, but apparently it is like just
Knock your socks off, like,
yeah,
you know.
like you don't breathe in, just bite.
Go for it, dude. Close your eyes, bite your lip, and hope for the best.
Pretty much.
All right, ready?
Yep.
BMG and Niji Entertainment Group have partnered to reissue Dio's 1996 to 2004 studio albums Anger Machines, Magica, Killing the Dragon, and Master of the Moon. These newly remastered versions feature rare and never before released live and studio bonus tracks, remastered by longtime Dio collaborator Win Davis with updated artwork from frequent Dio designer Mark Sasso. Long out of print on vinyl, the 180-gram black vinyl includes the original track listings and is available as a limited edition first run with LP-size lenticular album art print. As a special bonus, the Magica 2 LP also contains a 7-inch single featuring Electra, the only known completed track for the planned Magica 2 album. The CD versions of each album have also been long out of print globally. These newly remastered deluxe versions are showcased in media book packaging, along with a second disc featuring rare and unreleased bonus material. In addition to rare studio tracks, Elektra, included on Magica, and Prisoner of Paradise, included on Master of the Moon, each bonus disc includes a selection of both rare or never-before-released live tracks from the accompanying tour for each studio release. Each of the reissues will be available via BMG on physical media and digitally on February 21st.
Are they saying that these extra tracks are going to be on a vinyl version, or
Yeah, vinyl version and CD version.
Because I might actually like if the extra tracks are on a vinyl version, I might want to go out and do that. Cause
Well, I think at least the Magica one will have the Elektra.
Yeah.
I think most of these are going to have some kind of live and bonus shit. So.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
There's a cat going through your shit.
Edward.
Oh, he doesn't listen.
Oh, he's just settling in.
Yeah, he's just.
Is it because it's cold? I thought you liked to be. I don't know. You're a cat. You're weird. You're weird. But it's nice to see you. All right. Ozzy Osbourne has released Under the Graveyard, his first new solo music in almost 10 years. Has it been 10 years?
Yes, it has. I was working at Caldwell when the last one came out.
And which one was that?
Scream.
That was Scream?
That was Scream.
Fuck me.
Yep.
It's a massive ballad that builds into a searing rocker. It's the first single from Ozzy's forthcoming album, Ordinary Man, due out on Epic Records in early 2020.
Ordinary Man? That's the name of the album?
Yeah.
That's kind of dull.
What do you expect? Scream.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like a lot of his latter day lyrics. You know, it's like I'm not Iron Man, I'm not anything special, so on and so forth, and yada yada yada.
But the interesting thing is, everyone was curious about who his band was.
Yeah.
And apparently, recorded in Los Angeles, this is from the actual article. The album features producer Andrew Watt on guitars,
okay,
Duff McKagan on bass,
oh shit,
and Chad Smith on drums.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
is a fucking group right there.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Like I'm like super pumped to hear the album just for that.
Yeah.
You know? And the thing is, the guitar tone on the song, because I listened to it, is a lot different than normal. It's definitely not Zakk Wylde style.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not
Gus G.
Gus G. Like, it's completely different. It has a very much more of a hard rock vibe to it.
Huh.
You know, and it sounds like it's going to be a very interesting album. I'm actually kind of excited for Ozzy release.
I mean, I'm always excited for an Ozzy release, regardless of how I may feel about Ozzy and his continuity despite age.
Well, the fact of the matter is that we have always talked about this, that in the studio you can make Ozzy sound amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he still sounds like Ozzy. Yeah. You know, live I'd be more worried about. Yeah. You know. Yeah. All right, last but not least here in recording news, we got Kurt Winstein of Crowbar. He stomps forward as a solo artist for the first time. On January 24th, 2020, Entertainment One will release Dream in Motion, Winstein's singular debut, and a recording that sees the Dark Lord of the Southern Rift stretch his creative wings and strengthen his indelible legacy.
Man, yeah, copy and paste.
Dude, I did this like 20 minutes ago. Like before we were recording, okay?
That copy and paste, man.
Suck it. Suck it.
Let's go on to the good that men do.
The good that men and women do. The good that people do. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper, Hailstorm singer Lizzie Hale, and Blackstone Cherry frontman Chris Robertson are among the musicians who will appear on the Planet Rock All-Stars charity single. They will be featured on a rocked-up cover of John Farnham's 1986 hit You're the Voice, which will be released digitally on December 6th. A limited edition CD version costing £5 will be available to buy throughout the 2,000-mile Road to Rockstock 2 cycle trek. Apparently someone is doing a cycling trek for 2,000 miles and selling these CDs, something like that.
Oh, shit.
All right, anyway, all proceeds from the single, which is being produced by Wayward Sons' Toby Jepson, and also features members of Def Leppard, the Cadillac 3, the Temperance Movement, and the Darkness, will go directly to a mental health charity Mind. Other contributors include Tyler Brandt, Dan Reed, Doug Aldrich of Dio, Whitesnake, and the Dead Daisies, and Whitfield Crane of Ugly Kid Joe.
Right on. Again, I'm always a huge proponent for mental health, considering the fact that it is my profession, and it is
Finally!
It is officially my profession.
Woo!
Because I finally got my friggin' intern license.
Woo!
Okay, so normally we do the crowdfunding tracker here. I usually do that with my tablet, but I actually will just know offhand. So last time we talked about Fire from Heaven, they surpassed their goal. Last time we talked about Obsidian Realm Records, they surpassed their goal. And also, one I found right after we recorded last time was another Sound of Thunder record, because they never stopped working. And they've already passed their goal. So everyone's succeeding right about now.
Yep, everyone's in a giving mood.
Right now, the one I'm excited for, obviously, is the Obsidian Realm Records one. Somebody else did the $100 level. There's you, me, and somebody else.
So we pretty much we funded the whole shit.
Yeah, pretty much. But also, the Sound of Thunder one was only up for probably about 2 weeks, maybe, and they hit their goal of 40,000. So now they're doing a whole crap ton of.
Yeah, I saw their god level stuff. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I did the $80 tier because it's got like the next tier up is pretty much you can get their entire discography, which I've already done before, but like all the stuff that they do, because they always have awesome shit for Kickstarters, and that particular tier had a lot of really cool stuff, and I think it came with CD and vinyl.
Oh shit!
So I was like,
how much was it?
That was 80. And it came with like different. It came with like a comic, variations of the comic cover, and
that. Wait. So the $80 one got the whole discography.
No, the $100 one is the whole discography.
Oh, so that's not that much more.
No.
Well, that is definitely a consideration.
No, the $100 one is their entire discography, leading up to this point.
Wow.
So
craziness.
But like I said, I've already done that, and I've already got everything from them before. So
yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from the Kickstarter one. I think they said by November 15th.
Yeah.
They'll start reaching out for information and whatnot. So
yeah. So
pumped for that.
Yeah, and again, still what I've heard from Obsidian Realm Records has always been good. So
yeah, we get at least a one CD from each member of their label until May or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So that's going to be
entire discography on digital, right?
I think so.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to get a new iPod. I got no room on my other one.
I don't have a thing for Should I Want.
I haven't been able to think about it.
Yeah, I have been since starting the new job. I have just been oblivious to everything. I will hopefully have one for next time, but obviously not worried about that right now. Let's talk about concert news. We have no festivals. Let's talk about touring news.
Touring news. Rage Against the Machine will reunite for a number of shows in early 2020, including an appearance at next year's Coachella Valley Music, Art, and Arts Festival. No. Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine, which people have been clamoring for. Forever.
Ever. The fact of the matter is that I'm surprised it took this long.
I mean, you can't force this kind of thing. So
I know. I just mean in the current political climate, if there's a band that needs to be out there, it needs to be Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, I mean, you got Tom Morello on his own. He's plenty.
Well, speaking of Tom Morello, this is a side note to this particular reunion. The newly announced Rage Against the Machine reunion appears to have spelled the end of Prophets of Rage, which was the supergroup launched more than 3 years ago by Rage Against the Machine members Tom Morello, Brad Wilk, and Tim Comerford, along with Public Enemy's Chuck D and Cypress Hill's Be Real.
No, is that's saying it appears.
No, I mean that's coming straight from Chuck D and Be Real's mouth.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
that's coming straight from the horse's mouth.
Okay, well then that's
like I think it was like Be Real after it was announced. Is like people were asking about what's going on with Prophets of Rage. He's like, "Yo, we done."
Gotcha.
Like, are you serious?
Well, good while it lasted. So
yeah. All right, Amrphis will embark on a North American headlining tour in the summer-fall of 2020. The 37-date trek will kick off at the Soundstage in Baltimore on August 20th, 2020, and will make stops in Chicago, Vancouver, and Denver before concluding on October 2nd, 2020 at the Riverfront Live in Cincinnati, Ohio. Support on the trek will come from Battle Beast and Seven Spires.
I think they're coming around here.
I did not look at the dates. I don't know why I didn't look at the dates.
If not, they're coming to Austin. And I still need to get Seven Spires autographed for my poster from the last time I saw them. So, but that is a sweet lineup in general.
Yes, it is.
So
most certainly is.
Yeah.
Jethro Tull have announced that they will return to the road with the Prague Years Tour 2020, with 11 dates across the UK in September and October. The tour will draw heavily on material from Jethro Tull's more prog albums, much of it focusing on the early heavy hitters of the Tull catalog. Classic albums including Stand Up, Benefit, Aqualung, Thick as a Brick, Passion Play, and even a touch of Thick as a Brick 2 from 2012.
That sounds cool, but they should have called it the Metal Tour because they are apparently metal.
So metal.
So metal.
And then I've been playing stuff from that album.
Yeah.
Motionless in White and Beartooth have announced a co-headline tour set for January 2020. The Diseased and Disguised tour kicks off January 4th in Seattle, Washington, and runs through January 30th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Right on.
Papa Roach has announced a new European tour with Hollywood Undead, returning to Spain, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, Austria, Bulgaria, Hungary, Slovakia, Poland, France, Netherlands, and Denmark, and coming to Greece and Romania for the very first time. The band will be playing tracks from its latest album, Who Do You Trust?
I didn't realize the band was big enough to play all those different countries.
Right? Korn and Breaking Benjamin announced their epic tour set for 2020. Fans will have the chance to see two of the biggest forces in rock perform on the same stage each night across North America in the new year. Special guest Bones UK will join the tour on all dates.
Yeah, that's totally copy and paste.
You better believe it. Nightwish will embark on a European headlining tour in the fall of 2020. I know. I still have not seen Nightwish with Floor Jansen yet. So
I haven't. I don't think I've seen Nightwish with their actual singer yet.
Oh, right, you didn't.
Yeah,
that's right, you didn't.
I haven't seen them with the person who's supposed to be singing for the fucking band.
That's right, because they canceled their performance that night, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
And then, oh no, I'm thinking of Epica.
Epica performed with Amanda Somerville.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen Simone Simons perform.
I have. I've seen her twice.
Okay. I did see Nightwish just a few nights before that show that got canceled.
Gotcha.
And they were really fucking good. Like, I don't understand why Annette gets so much crap.
Yeah.
They were really good.
Gotcha.
All right, Hammerfall are currently traversing North America along with Sabaton on their massive sold-out tour, touring in support of their globally dominating latest album, Dominion, the rich area here in San Antonio. Anyway, now Hammerfall is pleased to announce a 2020 North American headline tour, also in support of Dominion. The tour starts September 14th, 2020 in West Palm Beach, Florida, and runs through October 19th, 2020 in Silver Spring, Maryland. Support will come from Beast in Black and Edge of Paradise. San Antonio date, September 18th at the Rock Box.
That's Hammerfall, yeah. Okay. I didn't you see Hammerfall and I didn't. Is that right?
I had tickets to see Hammerfall. I fell asleep. Missed the show. Yeah.
You done fucked up.
I did done fucked up.
Now you fucked up.
Now you
fucked up.
But fortunately enough, the tickets were half price because I bought them during that Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
So I felt half guilty.
Which I'm hoping they do again this year.
They do it every year. I'm surprised I'm not getting fucking emails about it already.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens this time around.
All right.
Actually, quick thing.
Go ahead.
At the same time, they also do a big sale on their store, and I am glad to say that I have bought nearly everything that I've wanted to get from their clearance section, so I don't have to do it again this year.
Devin Townsend will embark on a North American tour this winter. Support on the trek which will kick off February 27th in Toronto and end on March 25th in San Francisco, will come from the Contortionist and Haken. They are not coming to San Antonio.
No, they are playing Austin
and Dallas on a Monday and a Tuesday. Fuckers.
Was it Austin or was it Houston?
Oh, I know it wasn't. No, I think it's actually it's Dallas and Houston. Okay. I think it's Dallas and Houston because they were both too far away.
Yeah. To
make it like worth taking a night off
for you,
bitch. Bitch. But Killswitch Engage has announced a spring 2020 North American tour with August Burns Red. There's a San Antonio date, March 21st at Vibe Center. It's a goddamn Saturday. Thinking about going, but I have the kids. You might be watching it. Lindsay might be watching the kids.
I probably won't go, so I'll probably end up watching the kids.
Then Daddy needs to go. All right. Anyway, Mayhem and Abath unite for Metal Media Leaders' latest North American live campaign this March and April. The Decibel Magazine Tour celebrates its 9th annual run with the ambitious pairing of legendary Norwegian black metal progenitors Mayhem with their countrymates of black and roll heroes Abath. 2 more support acts, very much in the spirit of the adventurously curated Decibel Magazine Tour. Decibel Magazine Tour's nearly decade-long history will be announced in December.
Yeah, you got to read these before you copy and paste them sometimes.
I know. Yeah. All right, Lindman, the project featuring vocalist Till Lindman of Rammstein and Peter Tägtgren, who's of Hypocrisy and Pain fame, will embark on a European tour in February. According to Ultimate Classic Rock, Kiss has unveiled the first details of 75 new shows, which will take place between February and October of next year.
Aren't they fucking, farewell?
According to Ultimate Classic Rock, Kiss has revealed that the last concert of its end-of-the-road farewell tour will take place on July 17th, 2021 in New York City.
That's still 2 fucking years away.
Yeah.
God damn.
2021.
God damn, they plan ahead.
Wasp will embark on the 1984 to Headless World Tour in 2020. The trek will be a celebration of its hits from the band's first 4 albums.
Cool. I don't know anything from Wasp except for Golgotha, so.
All right. I'm going to probably skip one of the one-offs because it's kind of announced in this next one. Anyway.
You still have a thing to say.
I know. I'm just leading ahead a little bit. You'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, Iron Maiden have announced nearly 36 shows for next spring and summer as part of their acclaimed Legacy of the Beast tour. After a 6-state run in Australia with Killswitch Engage and New Zealand, in May, they will play in Japan and the Philippines before traveling to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and Tel Aviv, Israel. Maiden will then return to Europe for a number of festival appearances and headlining shows in Finland, Germany, United Kingdom, Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Russia, Poland, Czech Republic, Holland, France, Austria, Italy, Portugal, and Spain.
They will just never go away.
And the fact of the matter is that I saw some of the other supporting acts that they have listed here. Mm-hmm. Like, they got bands like Airborne playing with them and Within Temptation, which is bad fucking ass.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
Huh.
Anyway, that's it for touring news.
Okay, so let's talk about one-offs.
And I'm skipping the first one because this first one was I put it in here before it was a week ago that they were planning on playing Tel Aviv. Iron Maiden was planning on playing Tel Aviv. Now they are officially playing Tel Aviv.
Okay.
But the interesting thing here is that if the show does happen, it will mark seeing that the show is happening, it will mark Iron Maiden's first appearance in the Jewish state in 25 years.
Wow.
Maiden previously played 3 shows in Israel in September 1995 during the X Factor tour featuring Blaze Bayley on vocals.
Instead of Bruce Dickinson.
Instead of Bruce.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Right on.
All right. The reunited Misfits have confirmed that they will perform at Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on December 14th. Support on the show will come from Dropkick Murphys and Agnostic Front.
That is a sweet lineup.
Yes, it is. Of course, this is I read a very interesting article a while back about how this whole Misfits thing came about. And there's, of course, a lot of like legal battles between Jerry Only, Danzig, and Doyle.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Blah, 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 blah. But apparently in the contract that they signed, that they had a specific number of shows that they would be playing as a United band. Mm-hmm. And that this MSG show that's either happened or happening soon, don't remember. Either way, that was supposed to be the last one. That was going to be it. And then now they have this Philadelphia one. So I don't know what the whole deal is here.
Well, making it rain?
Who knows? I mean, they're not just playing like small clubs for this reunion tour. These are arenas. These are like basketball arenas.
Yeah.
And they're selling out.
No, not really a surprise, honestly.
I know. I mean, people have been clamoring for that reunion for, 30 years?
Yeah.
All right.
Heavy metal in the charts.
Well, here's one noteworthy point from a couple of weeks ago. According to Billboard, Baby Metal has become the first Asian act to land at number 1 on Top Rock Albums chart. Metal Galaxy, the Japanese pop metal band's third studio LP, earned 28,000 equivalent album units, of which 27,000 were in album sales in its first week of release. The album also topped the Hard Rock Albums chart. Metal Galaxy entered the all-format Billboard 200 chart at number 13. The group's previous disc, 2016's Metal Resistance, peaked at number 39.
Wow.
Excuse me.
So they're doing pretty well for themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to be disappointed?
Always.
In the top 200.
Always.
All right. Just because you continuously like to beat yourself here, here's the top 5.
Uh-huh.
Number 1, Jesus is King, the soundtrack by Kanye West.
The fuck is this?
Remember, he calls himself Jesus. So I don't know what this soundtrack is for.
If there's one individual who I'd love to just kick in the dick, it's him.
See, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to close you out, fucker.
Is it fighting you again?
No, see, there's an X here to close out this little video here, and every time I click it, it goes to an ad. So it's not really a fucking closeout box, is it?
And they want to charge you for looking at their charts, and yet
well, this is the top 200.
I'm just saying they want to charge you for looking at their charts, and yet they're pulling out ads out of their ass.
Right.
Fuck that.
All right. Anyway, number 2 is Post Malone's Hollywood's Bleeding. Number 3 is a new album by a person called Rex Orange County.
The fuck?
I don't know, but his album's called Pony. The debuts at number 3.
Wow.
Number 4 is Young Boy Never Broke Again.
The fuck?
Right? That's the name of the person. And the album's name is AI Young Boy 2.
It sounds like it should be the other way around.
It totally does, but it's totally not.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's dumb. You dumb.
You dumb.
I don't know who you are, but you dumb.
All right. And number 5 is Summer Walker, Over It.
Yeah,
That's
I'm over it.
Her album. Whatever. All right. So, here we go.
So, let me down.
Oh, I am letting you down. I am letting you down. All right, well, Queen's Greatest Hits is back up to number 23 on the Billboard Top 200.
Down, up from what?
Up from 25.
Oh, okay.
It's still in the top 20s.
Yeah, you said that like it was up from like number 70 something or whatever.
Oh, boy. Okay, Elton John's Diamonds is still at 35. Still in the top 50, rocking it pretty hard. Abbey Road, for some reason, number 40. And that's down from number 28.
Damn.
Right?
Weren't they really high last time?
I think so. Like, surprisingly high.
Yeah, like.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
What?
Neil Young, Crazy Horse, has a new album out called Colorado, debuting at number 46.
Damn.
Motherfucker don't know when to stop.
Oh,
here's no surprise here. Re-entry into the charts at number 52. The Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting to that season. I forgot about that.
We're getting to that season of going to be inundated with Mariah Carey,
Trans-Siberian
Orchestra, and the Pentatonics.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Inundated.
Here we go.
Then again, we can also have Rob Halford's Christmas album on here. You never know.
Someone's got jokes. Someone's got jokes.
You never know. At 61 is Creedence Clearwater Revival Greatest Hits.
All right.
Interesting. Oh, sorry. New album. At number 67, The Best of Pentatonic's Christmas. I shit you not, dude. New album, 67.
Just what?
Beatles 1 is at number 73, down from 61.
No, that's gonna be a gift. That one's gonna be up there for a while, I'm sure.
Oh shit! New album by Bad Wolves. Wait, that's the band, right? Bad Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, their new album out called Nation is at 78.
Yeah. I saw a picture on Doc Coyle's Instagram that Byron from God Forbid joined them on stage.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I miss God Forbid. Fuck. Them and Shadows Fall. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Fear Inoculum, the new Tool album, was at 49 last week. Is at 87 this week. Still in the top 100 though.
Yeah.
Doing well.
Yeah, no, still not beating Taylor Swift. So.
Yeah, well. Rumors, Fleetwood Mac, number 91.
Yep.
Back in Black jumps up 11 spots to 93 from 104. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Greatest Hits, 105. Ooh.
What?
Desert Sessions, 11 and 12. I believe this is Josh Holmes' project from
Queens of the
Queens of the Stone Age,
yeah,
and whatnot. That debuts at number 115, and he's had some really cool guests on this one. I think Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top's on this one. A couple of really special people on it. It's awesome.
Cool.
Ringo Starr has a new album out, debuting at number 127.
All right.
By the way, the Ringo Starr album is called What's My Name. It's not just that dude that was in the Beatles. Sorry.
You're the fifth Beatle, right?
I was a drummer. All right, Bruce Springsteen has a new album out called Western Stars, Songs from the Film. I guess that's a movie he did.
Yeah.
It's a new album.
I almost bought a bunch of Springsteen albums on vinyl when I went to Cheapos.
Wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad thing. Anyway, it debuts at number 141.
Right on.
141. The Frozen soundtrack re-enters. Okay.
Okay.
Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction re-enters the charts at 151.
Right.
Metallica's Black Album down from 149 to 159. But that album will never go anywhere. The Definitive Collection of Stevie Wonder, 164.
Right on. This actually isn't as disappointing as I was expecting.
Saint Asonia. Their new album, Flawed Design, 171.
Right on.
Bob Seger and the Silver Booted Band, 178. Bohemian Rhapsody soundtrack, still up there on the 200 charts at 180. Hot Rocks, Greatest Hits of Stones, Rolling Stones, 181. A Decade of Destruction, Five Finger Death Punch, 182. Nirvana's Nevermind at 189. The original Monster Mash re-enters the charts at 191.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to go away next week.
Of course.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that the group's called Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers.
Yeah.
Fucking love it.
Yep.
Love it. Machine Gun Kelly, blah, 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 blah. No, we're good.
Okay.
All right, and because we can only see the top two of the hard rock charts, number one, of course, is Queen, Greatest Hits. Number two is the Bad Wolves album, Nation.
Right on.
Yep, and that's all we get for that.
Now, we're not going to do a discussion this time, but I do have a discussion for next time, because the Rolling Stone magazine has released the top 100 artists of all time.
Oh shit! Is that real?
Huh?
Is that like they really did that?
I think so.
Okay.
I saw it somewhere, and it. I figure what we'll do is we'll break it up.
Probably 25 over the course.
Well, no, I figure we can because a lot of it's going to be ones we don't know.
Probably true.
So it's probably going to be like 100 to 51 and then 52 to 1. But I was a little displeased with some of it, so I figured.
No, these are artists, like bands or
artists.
like okay,
artists. So that's going to be our discussion for next time when I am not feeling under the weather
and when I'm hopefully not rushing to get to work.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think if we're going every other week based on this schedule, our next podcast will be recorded on November 22nd, which is, I believe, when the mom and dad arrive.
But they come in night.
Yeah, but I'll probably have the kids here, and we can probably record it like after they go to bed.
Yeah.
So we could figure something out like that, because I know I'll be probably dead to the world, because that's when the shit's really hitting the fan. So.
Yep, at Redacted. All right, so until next time, I'm Dan Mack.
And this is Chris Mack.
And we are The Slime, and then the music plays. And
then add it in post.
I will add it in post. Will I? No, I'll probably
not.
Be really fucking lazy about it. I'll probably completely forget about it until Monday morning when I see the thing that says, yo, by the way, you're supposed to post the podcast today. Damn it! So yeah, until next time.